Hello, good evening, everyone. Thank you guys for joining in. It's almost 7 p.m. Oh, hey, Chris. How you doing, my love? We have a new story for you guys today. It's called The Voice Beneath the Bridge. This is a new one. So I hope you guys like this. We got our little exercise. He ran into his cousin Scott. So anyway, got my tea going. I'm back to knitting, by the way. So we went to the house and we saw little progress going. We had 3 bags in there, but now there's only 1. And also, yes, Scotty, that is my husband's cousin, is pretty amazing person. Yes. He said that he's been married to his wife for about 20 years now, and hopefully we will catch up to that in the next 20 years, maybe, hopefully. So, anyway, we're still getting our new house, getting cleaned up, processed, everything rewired.
Soda?
There's no tea in soda.
Just being funny. My soda.
I know. But yeah, my husband is here, so he's getting his drink turned on or whatever. And our special guest is our little kitten. Our kitty. I'm so sorry, guys. My little kitten, our little kitty likes to mess with our shit. Mostly mine. I'm so sorry, guys. You had to see that. She got on top of this laptop, turned off the mic and the video. But that's okay. Hey, baby girl, what you doing? I'm turning off the video. Mommy had to do some jobbies. Sorry about that, guys. My little kitty. She's curious. She wanted to see what mommy's doing. Mommy's working, baby girl. Anyway, I got my tea going. So let's get started on the story. Hopefully this video will be done by the next 45 minutes. So I'm trying to stay to my limit. Anyway, but yes. So yesterday was my mom's birthday, so she's 59 years old now. And I wished her happy birthday. Everyone did. So we didn't go to the concert or because we were too exhausted. And Chris didn't get off work till 4:30, but we went for a walk after he got off work. I didn't do my podcast till 6 because I like working on my episodes at 6 p.m. Usually I did in afternoons, like around 12 or 1 p.m. when I was still hanging out with Fearless. I still hang out with him, only in the mornings now. But now I can do my podcast at home in the evenings. So I hope you guys are ready. So thank you guys for listening. So please click like, share, and subscribe to Ghosting with Anya. Our little kitty here is just curious and she doesn't want to be left alone on the couch. So she came up to the kitchen and see what's going on. Anyway, we're doing just fine. So But yeah, so let's get started on the story. So get something to drink, have something to eat, and get under the covers, get ready for the story. Please sit back, relax, and let's get started. Please click like, share, and subscribe, and let's get started on the story. My teapot is probably about to turn off by itself. We have an electric teapot. We've got another one, but it's actually ceramic, so that way we can put hot water in it, and the teapot, well, in a little tea bag inside the other one, so it can just pour some tea in there. But okay, Chris, can you do that while I do this? Careful.
Yes.
Thank you. Keep going, keep going, keep going.
There we go.
Thank you, baby. Just be very careful. Yeah, the tea is very hot and I don't want to spill it. Now, I don't want the kitty to spill it either. My little baby. So let's get started on the story. So Chris is going to answer some questions right after the story is finished. So anyway, I hope you guys are ready. Okay, so The Voice Beneath the Bridge, Season 5, Episode 121. Tomorrow is 122, so get ready for that. Now let's get started. Sally had never liked driving over Miller's Bridge after dark, though she could never explain why with any real logic. It was an old steel bridge on the edge of town, narrow enough to make two passing cars feel uncomfortably close, and beneath it ran a black stretch of river that swallowed light. Most people in town had some story about the bridge, though the details changed depending on who was talking. Some said a woman had jumped from it years ago after losing her daughter. Others claimed there had been a bus accident nearby that never made the news in full. Sally dismissed all of it as local mythology designed to make an ordinary place feel charged. Still, whenever she crossed that bridge at night, she found herself holding her breath without realizing it. This is some scary shit going on, guys. I've seen this video on YouTube, or like when I watched Ghost Adventures, and there's a lot of ghost hunters who go to a bridge like kind of like that. It's called Baby Bridge or something. I can't remember what town it was, but there was a paranormal activity, but people were saying, I have a baby, baby was like looking for a child, and she this weird went on. So but yeah, I never actually have ever done this, but I'm glad I am reading the story about this paranormal haunting. I mean, I hope you guys are getting ready for eating. So I don't know where, but it's either in Maryland or somewhere. I don't know. But if you say I have your baby, just say it with confidence. Just be brave enough about it. If a spirit of a woman who killed her own baby, like, I don't know, 200 years or 100 years ago, somewhere around there, if she asks, like, where's my baby? You have to say, I have your baby. I have your baby. That sort of thing. But make sure that you don't actually have her baby, but maybe her baby is probably in heaven. That's where the baby is, and the mother is like still lingering around the earth finding her child. She is still looking for her infant child. But I have never had this kind of experience at all. And I choose not to go to that bridge and experience all that. So, any of you who are watching my show right now, please let me know in the comments down below and what's going on, probably. And let me know what you're thinking about the story and all the paranormal experience. So let's continue on the story. One evening, Sally and her younger brother, Evan, were driving home after helping a cousin move furniture across town. They were both tired, dusty, and eager to get home before the weather turned worse. A storm had been building all afternoon, and by the time they reached the river road, the first drops of rain had begun to strike the windshield. Evan was half asleep in the passenger seat when Sally slowed at the entrance to Miller's Bridge. The headlights caught the steel beams in sharp flashes, throwing shadows through the cab in bars of light and dark. Halfway across, Sally heard what sounded like someone yelling her name. She jerked her head toward Evan, but he was awake now, too, and staring out the side window with his mouth slightly open. This is the weirdest thing I've ever done. And there goes my little baby girl, my little kitty. So, anyway, if you guys ever had this experience, please let me know in the comments down below. I would love to hear from you guys. Like, literally, I would love to hear it. So, let's continue. At first, neither of them said anything. Then Evan quietly asked, "Did you hear that?" Before Sally could answer, the voice came again. This time from somewhere below them. It was a woman's voice, stretched and distorted by wind and rain, but unmistakably calling out in panic. Sally hit the brakes harder than she meant to, and the truck skidded slightly before coming to a stop near the center of the bridge. The sound rose again from the darkness below, not only calling her name now, but begging for help. Evan grabbed her arm and told her not to get out, yet both of them could hear it clearly, and the desperation in the voice was impossible to ignore. This is like a cry for help, guys. This spirit is literally freaking out and don't know what to do. So maybe a woman is like, I don't know, doesn't know that she might be a ghost. She probably has no idea that she is dead. So no wonder why. Maybe she's calling for help about her innocent child, or like, or someone else. Hey, Pookie, careful, baby. There's my baby girl. Hi, baby girl. Meow. But yeah, that's my baby girl. She likes to get center of attention, and we love her very much. So yeah. Anyway, perhaps maybe the spirit of a woman is looking for someone to get help. Maybe she needs help, or she needs help finding her family or her husband or her little baby that was drowned. I don't really know, but no wonder why she's calling out for help. But she doesn't know she's dead. So let's continue on the story. Against Evan's protests, Sally stepped out into the rain and moved toward the side railing. The river below was little more than shifting blackness, broken by the white churn of storm water against rocks. She saw nothing at first, then lightning flashed across the sky and illuminated a figure standing in the river directly beneath the bridge. It was a woman in a pale dress, waist deep in the water, looking straight up at Sally with one arm raised. The strangest part was not her stillness, or the impossible way she remained, standing against the current. It was the child clutched against her chest, wrapped tightly in both arms, with a tiny hand dangling unmoving at her side. Before Sally could scream, the lightning vanished and the woman was swallowed by darkness again. So, for this story, I think it must have been Tally. Sorry, got that, guys. She likes to move around, especially towards this thing. So, anyway, I think it must have been a spirit of a woman and her baby. So, yes, I think it probably was a mom and a baby, an infant. So the story's almost done, so let's continue, but we'll figure something out. We'll do some questioning and the answers about what is going on in this story, and it could be related to a real life event. What happened? I don't really know what's going on. Maybe she drowned and her baby was drowned probably, but they don't know what happened. So let's continue on. Evan dragged Sally back to the truck, both of them soaked and shaking. They drove straight to the sheriff's office and reported what they had seen, expecting at least confusion or skepticism. Instead, the deputy on duty listened without interrupting and asked them one question. Had the woman been holding the child on her left side or her right? When Sally answered left, the deputy's face tightened in a way she would never forget. He told them there had been an accident decades earlier involving a mother whose car had gone through the bridge barrier during a storm. Her body was found downstream the next day, still holding her dead daughter against her left side. Officially, the case was closed as a tragic accident. Unofficially, locals still said she called to passing drivers whenever storms rolled in hard enough to wake the driver. This is probably a car accident that actually happened. This might actually happen in real life, you know? A lot of people who have these accidents pretty much end up dead, with a storm like that. A lot of people go to that bridge and experience a lot of paranormals. We've never done that, ever. Have you ever had that?
Nope.
Have you ever seen any like that in the videos?
Nope.
Do you think this might be related with a real life event?
Could be. We don't know.
Well, let's find out. So let's continue on the story, because I'm getting goosebumps. So let's continue on. We have about, 44 minutes left for that. So, or something like that. For the next week, Sally barely slept. She kept hearing that voice each time the house became quiet. Not loudly, but faintly, as though memory itself had developed an echo. Evan refused to talk about the bridge at all and took a different route to work, even though it added 20 minutes each way. Their mother told them not to dwell on it, but then admitted she herself had once heard someone knocking on the roof of her car while crossing the same bridge in the rain. That confession only made things worse. Sally began wondering how many people had heard something there and stayed silent because it sounded too ridiculous to say aloud. The possibility that the dead could ask for help as desperately as the living unsettled her more than any ghost ever had. This is so weird. I'm guessing the parents are too scared to admit it because they don't know what really happened in the past. But I'm guessing a lot of people have this problem for no reason because they're just too afraid to admit it. They just don't know what's going on. They're still processing in their own little weird minds. So let's continue on this story. It's almost done. And we have some questions to go through. If any of you guys that are watching my show right now maybe have any questions, please let me know in the comments down below. Even my husband would probably want to know about it too. Let's just find out. 2 weeks later, after wrestling with the memory longer than she could stand, Sally went back in daylight with flowers. Evan refused to go, but her friend Jessie came with her and waited by the roadside while Sally approached the middle of the bridge. The river looked smaller in the sun, almost harmless, and the steel beams no longer seemed oppressive. She placed the flowers gently at the railing and whispered that she was sorry she could not help. For a long moment, nothing happened. Then a cold wind rose from below, so sharply that Jessie stepped back from the road, and Sally heard a voice just beneath the bridge, calmer now, almost tender, say you looked. When she turned around, Jessie was pale and silent because she had heard it too. This is the creepiest shit I've ever heard. I mean, if we ever went to that bridge somewhere in town, I would want to investigate it too and find out what really happened. How did she die? I mean, perhaps the car somehow lost control and went off the bridge, and a mom and a baby somehow drowned and died just like that. Would you ever want to do that?
Yes.
Find out what really happened?
Of course.
I don't really know what town that actually happened, but this could be a real thing.
Absolutely.
Okay, guys. We are at the end of the story, so it's finally done. So now we can go with audience questions. We have 10 questions. Since all of you guys are watching the show, it is 7:22 p.m. now. We had our supper around 5, so that's 2 hours ago. After this, I'm literally going back to knitting and just relaxing. I guess I'll do my hair coloring maybe tomorrow. Anyway, let's get started on the questions. Would you have stopped on the bridge after hearing your name? Here's a question.
Probably.
Yes, we would. If any of you guys have the same question, please let me know in the comments. Would you have stopped on the bridge after hearing your name? Like, in the middle of it. Literally. I probably would. Please let me know. You guys, I really hope that you guys are participating on this show. On my show, because I would love to hear your comments, your opinions, right here on live stream. If I want to go to that bridge, yes, I literally want to stop in the middle of it and maybe hear some voices. I would love to help a spirit move on. I would literally want to know what happened, since it was a mom and a baby. Maybe I will find their peace for them. But, we'll figure something out if we ever go there. So, let's go to number 2. What is scarier, seeing an apparition or hearing it call for help? That's a good question, guys. It could be both. Seeing a ghost and hearing your name being called? It might be. I think it's both. Yes, it can be scarier, but I would like to communicate with this spirit of a woman. There is no name of this woman, of the spirit of a woman. We can give her a fake name or something. Let's say it's it could be Mary. It could be Mary or Maria. I'm not really sure. But if her name would have been Mary, then if I wanted to see her, I would want to help her. If I want to communicate with her, yes, I would totally help her out. Help her protect her baby. But, you know. But it could be scary at the same time. My heart would be racing. My hands would be like shaking like this. But I would be brave enough to help her. Literally. Let's go to number 3. Why do you think the woman appears during storms? The reason why she does it is because she was trying to get help. She needs help because her baby is afraid that she could die. Her child. I don't know how old this child that she had. It must have been 4 or 5 years old. At least. It could have been a girl or a boy. But I think it's a girl. Let's say her daughter's name was Margaret. Or something like that. But her daughter was maybe about 4 or 5 years old, and they got in a car accident because the storm pretty much went really extremely horrible. So, I don't know. Maybe someone got killed instantly because of the storm. The reason why it's happening to her, she's reliving what happened to her decades earlier. I don't know how many decades, maybe about 20, like 20 years maybe, or 30. I don't know. It probably happened sometime. It could have been in like 1980s. It must have been somewhere on there, but this story could be related to that actual event. I don't really know. But this woman literally wanted someone to help her, but it was too late. She already passed away, and there was nothing they could have done. And the mother and the child passed away, so that's why they're haunting the place where they died. No wonder why. So let's go to number 4. We have about a few questions, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. About 7 questions left. What do you make of the deputy already knowing the story? Maybe it's probably because the deputy knew what happened, but he couldn't find out any further. That's why the case was closed. They literally didn't want to go to the bridge because they didn't want to get hit by the storm either. So, maybe. Okay. Actually 6, but we have like 5 questions left. Not 7. So, anyway, I hope you guys are getting these answers, that can actually make sense. What would you make of the deputy?
I don't know, babe.
I mean, it says, what do you make of the deputy already knowing the story?
It's kind of cool to already know it.
Yeah, and the deputy somehow is afraid what he could have found, but he couldn't get to the woman on time because she already died instantly because of the storm.
Yes.
The deputy was probably afraid to see a ghost of a woman who died.
Yes.
So, well, the deputy was probably afraid, but he was like a good cop, but just couldn't bear to go to that bridge where it happened. He was just too afraid what could happen to him next, just because of the storm. So let's go to number 5. We have about 5 questions left. So, would you have gone back with flowers like Sally did? Yes, I would. Would you guys go to the bridge and give them flowers like Sally? Please let me know in the comments and what you think of the story. Does it make you guys sad, angry, confused? Let me know in the comments. It makes me sad and angry and pissed off and confused at the same time about the story, and especially of an innocent woman with her baby being held against her chest on the left side. It makes me very sad what happened to this innocent woman at the bridge in a stormy night. Like, literally. Well, the same question for you. Would you have gone back with flowers like Sally did?
Probably.
Would you give her flowers and say how sorry that ever happened to her?
Yes. Absolutely.
I probably would too. My husband's here. Sorry, guys. Yeah. Okay, let's go to number 6. Okay. Do you think the woman wanted rescue, recognition, or remembrance?
Remembrance.
I think all the above. I think she wanted to be rescued, recognized, and remembered. I think it's all 3. What do you guys think? I'm asking all of you guys who are out there listening to this story and watching it. What do you think about this story and about the woman who wanted to get helped and recognized and be remembered the way she was before she passed away with her little child? Please let me know in the comments down below. I would love to hear it. I would love to see the comments. I think she wanted to be remembered and rescued and recognized, acknowledged. So I probably would want to help her. I would rescue her. I would recognize her and remember her the way she was before she died. Let's go to number 7. Why do certain places seem to repeat tragedy? Well, the reason why it's repeating, it's because it knows what happened in the past. It's like a time loop. Reliving the death of a person, of what happened. Anyway, so yeah, I probably would not want to relive my death, but I would want someone literally, I would want someone to help me. So let's go to number 8. Would you have done if you were Evan is a ghost asking for help more? Actually, yeah, let's go with the number 8. Would you have done if you were Evan? I think I would. If I were Evan, I would want to help the spirit. Spirits are trying to ask for help, but I literally would. So anyway, but yeah, I probably would if I were Sally or Evan, I would literally want to help this ghost. Let's say if her name was really Mary and her daughter's name was Margaret, I would literally want to help them both. Find peace, find whatever they were looking for. But yes, let's go to number 9. Is a ghost asking for help more disturbing than one trying to attack? My guess is a spirit just wants to be acknowledged. The spirit wants help. I would literally, my guess is the spirit is asking for help. So I would literally want to help this ghost. If I were a ghost, I would like to ask for help instead of attacking the living with the sad eyes and confusion. But yeah, I would definitely want to help. Let's go to number 10. We are on the last question before I sign off. I just got a text from my producer that my page has been updated. Well, for the StreamYard thing, because I took a picture and sent it. So I have to refresh the page. I'll have to thank him when I sign off. Here's a question for you guys. Have you ever driven through a place that felt wrong for no clear reason?
Oh, yes.
Yes, we have. Literally. When we went to, Council Bluffs or something? Or what town did we go to see a cemetery? Do you remember?
No.
Was it Council Bluffs and Black Angel Cemetery, maybe?
Oh, yes, that one.
We went to Council Bluffs, Black Angel Cemetery. We actually went to that cemetery, and I felt a lot of presence there, like an actual spirit. Any spirits, and I would literally just felt sad for them, sorrow and regret or anger or something like that too. It depends. All those emotions, everything. But, Okay, guys, we are out of time. So thank you guys for listening. Thank you for tuning in. We are going to be doing the new story by tomorrow night, hopefully at 6 p.m. or a little after 6. The new story is called The Tenant in Room 9. I hope you guys are ready for it because I really love these stories and it gives me goosebumps and it gives me a lot of excitement, blood boiling. So please let me know if you want more stories. Well, I have a year and a half to go through all these episodes. We are in episode 122 by tomorrow. So thank you guys. Have the rest of your night, and we'll see you all tomorrow on Ghosting with Anya right here on YouTube. So please click like, share, and subscribe. Thank you guys. Have a wonderful night, and see you guys tomorrow at around 6 p.m. So, but yeah, please click like, share, and subscribe. Good night, everybody. Bye.